What's up, guys? Chase fan number 9 here, and tonight I'll be talking about last night's insane and crazy Eldora Dirt Derby. And I tell you, man, that race was crazy. For the last 7 years, this race has never disappointed me. Racing's always been good, and I'm not surprised every year by all the wrecks we've had, because that's dirt track racing for you, with trucks and track living up to its name. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. So the heat races were pretty much dominated by the drivers who started first: Friesen, Briscoe, Crafton, Enfinger, and Ankrum won their races. Ankrum was the last won the last chance qualifier, and Sheldon Creed, he started first in his heat race, but was outrun by Kyle Strickler, who started second, and Strickler won the last heat race. The drivers who won all races led every single lap of each one of them. But anyways, let's get into the main. So Chase Briscoe and Matt Crafton, the winner of the last two Eldora races, started on the pole, on the front row, I should say. Briscoe was the pole sitter, and man, once the green flag dropped, I tell you, it was the Chase Briscoe show for the next 93 laps. And let's just say it now, Briscoe swept both stages, and that's all I can say. But anyways, let's get into the race, shall we? So we make it the first 13 laps before we get our first caution for Landon Huffman, that 20 truck. Yeah, Boyd's out with back problems and expected to miss the next couple races, but should be back soon. So Huffman filling in for him at Eldora. So good job, Huffman, for bringing the truck home in one piece. But anyways, go back racing. Jake Griffin, that 03 truck spins. It was the pink truck, not the other 3 truck. But Jake Griffin, unfortunately, his chances at wins came up short. Hey, that's the reputation of the track. But anyways, we go back racing and we make it to the end of stage 1. We go racing for 14 laps, and then Harrison Burton brings out the caution. From what I saw, he just lost it off too. He didn't do anything intentional. Speaking of which, the 14 lap green flag run, that was the longest green flag run of the race. But even then, through the race, we still managed to hit lap traffic. Well, for Briscoe, the leader specific to be exact. But yeah, that was 13 laps, but it was actually 14 lap green flag run. But anyway, then we went back racing, and Johnny Sauter, man, his bad luck at Eldora continues. His only top 10 was an 8th at Eldora in 2014. Everything else outside the top 10 or 20. Man, Eldora's just not been kind to him, but oh well, better luck next time. 3 laps after the Burton incident, go back racing, and Johnny Sauter and Eckes in the 51 truck got together, and they triggered a massive parking lot in turns 1 and 2, collecting drivers like Carson Hocevar, Griffin, Gus Dean, Huffman, Dodson, Self, Eckes, Colt Gilliam, who, despite having massive front damage, managed to finish the race. Austin Hill, who's the only retiree from the race, Sauter, Mason Massey, Abbey, and Burton again, and Moffitt. Yeah, they were all collected in that. And I guess this wreck had something to do with Moffitt's bad finish, but hey, Moffitt's safe in the playoffs, so yeah. Unfortunate for him, but just nowhere to go for him. But wow, that was the wildest wreck I've seen. And also, sorry if there was no reaction for the qualifier races, copyright strike. But anyways, at least you guys have the reaction video to look at. But anyways, went back racing, and then the 34 truck spun. Yeah, don't go hating on these backmarker teams for intentionally causing caution. They're just out there to have a good time. They're not there to intentionally cause wrecks. So don't have anything against them. They're just there to have a good time. But anyways, went back racing, and stage 2, we made to the end of stage 2 safe and sound. Had a little lap traffic for the leader, Briscoe, but nothing too special. But anyways, once stage 3 began, it was a Stuart Friesen show from there. Friesen managed to get the lead, and he was pretty much out front from that point on till the end. But we'll talk about the end later. Anyways, one lap after starting stage 1, Chastain spun in going into turn 3 and managed to keep it off the inside wall. And I have to give credit for him in that nice looking Jack Hewitt throwback. Liked it. But yeah, and from what I saw, Chastain's top 10 streak came to an end. He finished 12th, but it's okay. Streaks aren't meant to last. They're gonna end at some point. The thing about streaks is that they're meant to come to an end. Not saying Chastain should have a bad finish, but that's just how it is. Besides, he's already got 3 wins already, so he's pretty much good. Anyways, we go back racing, and Kyle Strickler, who is another driver that another dark horse guy that I believe I picked, had his night come to an end. Not like a DNF, but his night came to an end as in he spun, and that pretty much screwed up his chances. And that caution that he caused lasted 11 laps because NASCAR was being so inconsistent and screwed up the running order that they kept, every time they kept coming to the restart, they kept turning the lights back on the pace car because the drivers behind them just couldn't get in line. I'm like, come on guys, get your head in the game. But anyways, we go back racing, and then Norm Benning stopped on track. I'm like, Benning, that could have been prevented, but can't predict when your truck is gonna stall on you. And then wow, I'm just trying to gather myself up. Yeah, Stuart Friesen pretty much had no competition except from drivers like Creed, Enfinger, and Todd Gilliland, another driver that I wouldn't mind winning in case Friesen had a bad run or choked. But yeah, Gilliland, yeah, he was up there running with the leader, so good job, Gilliland. And Sheldon Creed, he spun at one point during the race under green and managed to actually get the truck turned around and get back going again. So kudos to you, Creed. Yeah, he's another favorite of mine because Creed, just like me, is also from Northern California. So I have to give kudos to him for keeping that truck going and not causing another caution. And we went back racing, and I gotta say that once Briscoe lost the lead, it just went south from there. He kept getting involved in the wrecks. The Chastain wreck, I think he was involved but suffered minor hood damage. He also had damage from the back as well, probably from the pushing he was getting on the restart. Then we had another wreck for Eckes and Dodson. And then there was another one involving Cobb and the Devin Dodson again. Yeah, Dodson was involved in some of the wrecks tonight, but I have nothing against Devin Dodson. Just out there to have a good. But yeah, Cobb spun at one point during the race, and Devin Dodson just came right in, just say, hey, just want to be part of the wreck too. Quote that, Brian Scott. But anyways, went back racing, and then with 9 to go, we had another wreck when Mike Marlar in that 33 truck for the Ram brothers, a guy we'll talk about later, got into Briscoe, and that pretty much derailed Briscoe's chances of going 2 in a row at Eldora. He and Ben Rhodes got into it, and yeah, Briscoe just whipped it around. But I gotta give credit, however, to Briscoe, who, despite the damage, managed to wheel that thing from outside the top 10 up to the front, and almost actually up into the top 5, which was impressive. And now, yeah, that last caution, man, that's where everything got intense. And I gotta tell you, I was on my knee. I was just like, Friesen, please don't choke. Can't afford to lose another race. Playoffs are almost among us. So go back racing with 2 to go, and we did go the full distance there, so there was nothing to worry. But yeah, wow. But I gotta admit though, some of these cautions, except for the long ones, some of them were pretty much quick yellow. So I have to give credit to NASCAR, despite the controversy they caused. I have to give credit to the drivers and the officials for getting the track cleaned up as soon as possible, so we can get back racing as soon as possible. But yeah, that last restart, man, I was like, Friesen, don't choke. But Friesen got the restart he needed, and he just took off from there. He pretty much rode the outside lane from there to the finish, and he managed to distance himself between himself and the field coming to the white flag. And he managed to hold guys like Creed, who managed to work his way up into the top 5, top 3, and Finger, Briscoe, who was up there, Rhodes, Crafton, Marlar, etc., Gillen, Eckes, I think I mentioned that I'm already, and Stuart Friesen, man, he managed to hold them off, and Stuart Friesen managed to distance himself between himself and the field coming to the flag, and once again, Stuart Friesen gets his first NASCAR Gander Outdoors Truck Series win. It's his first win after finishing second so many times, 6 to be exact, and for overcoming so much adversity. I'm like, wow, he just led the last 57 laps. I gotta tell you, man, Friesen's gonna be one to watch now, with the playoffs only, or should I say, with now 1 race left. So congratulations, Stuart Friesen. You deserve this one. I expect more of this from now on in the future. So good job, Friesen. That was one hell of a race you and the field put on tonight. So good job. Wow. And if you saw my reaction video, which I thank the NASCAR gods for not copywriting, as you can hear, I was pretty excited. Sorry if you can hear my parents in the background. That's just how I get during these races. But anyways, yeah. And then after Friesen did his victory lap, we had a fight between Tyler Dipple and Ben Rhodes. And from what I saw, Dipple got into Rhodes on the last lap when Dipple slid up and put Rhodes in the wall. I don't think Dipple would do that intentionally, guys. It's just hard racing. Then Dipple got into Rhodes on the cool down lap, and it was not until he got into the garage on the fine suit. But hey, that's Eldora. But anyways, let's take a look at the race results. So Stuart Friesen won. Sheldon Creed, this is his first time finishing second, so good job, Creed. And Finger third. And Mike Marlar in the Rayom Brothers truck, driving for Josh Rayom, managed to wheel that truck to a 4th place finish. Man, I gotta give respect to that guy. He really put on the show. So good job, Marlar. You definitely deserve that 4th place finish. Good job. If he comes back if Marlar comes back next year in that 33 truck or something better, I expect good things out of him, and he'll probably be one I want to pick to win if he does return next year. Anyways, Todd Gilliland 5th, Eckes 6th, pole sitter Briscoe finished 7th, and to add insult to injury from that fight, Dipple finished higher than Rhodes. He finished 8th, Tyler Ankrum 9th, and Matt Crafton 10th. Justin Shipley, another one of my dark horse favorites, finished 11th. Chastain 12th. Rhodes 14th. Dorwin Peters in that 74 truck finished on the lead lap in 17th. Strickler 18th. Moffitt 29th. Burton 31st. And Austin Hill last. So I guess that will do it for us today. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell down below to get notifications from my videos. And with that, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Xfinity race at Watkins Glen. Until then, have a good one. Goodbye, everybody.